Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Guest back here with Reddit Lucio on our second map of this match. Um, New Queen Street. Most of the season we've ended up playing on Colosseo with a couple times in Esperanza, but New Queen Street is a new one for us. Based on what I remember of the match, there's some unique challenges we ran into despite having a 5v4 advantage. I want to kind of coach through. All right, so we're running a different tank comp as well as a Sombra. So a lot of this comes down to team synergy. Our two normal damage dealers aren't in today. We have two subs from the varsity team actually that are playing, and so it's a little different game here. So actually, I want to pause. So Hanzo's already running for his life, and meanwhile, Sombra is just waiting for it. Wait for it. And then, meanwhile, tank and supports are still trying to get around. When you're running with a Sombra, a Sombra should enable the tanks to receive more support, because really, as a support player, I like to think of this 5v5 in two groups. You've got your 2-man group and your 3-man group. It's kind of like basketball when you think of how some people run plays like that. You should have a DPS support duo and then tank support DPS group of things. And whatever support is covering the tank and the support, they've got a lot to work with, because it's hard to heal both the support and the tank. Unless you're running a Sombra, in which case the Sombra really shouldn't be commanding a lot of healing output from the supports. So, but now when you look at our positioning, we are literally all over. Hanzo technically has the high ground and ability to shoot all 4 of the opposing team, but he's also in a very dire strait with D.Va right on his backside. Zarya is a good tank to counter D.Va, so we're lucky with that in that regard. And same thing with Bastion. But I'm already kind of worried about how this is going to go, because both their supports are actually decently safe. Kiriko might get jumped by Sombra. Let's see how that goes. But she's also right in peeling range for the whole team. So, okay, got her. Nice bubble to help support that Sombra, but yep, that short range TP didn't exactly work well. So now it's okay. We got the other support. That's the big key. So now it's just the D.Va. I know we're down some players, but I would almost like to see Kiriko. There we go. See Kiriko chase the D.Va a little bit. Maybe not get an elimination, but just force D.Va further out of the action. All right, so this is a bit of a gamble on the part of the DPS, because we see all 4 of them, but where are you going to run away to? And in this case, ran away right to the spot that gives D.Va the advantage for a second. Okay, good pick on the Bastion. Yeah, Kiriko's always had some really good damage on targets. Okay, I want to show you guys how that happened. That's you would think you would live through that. Okay, this is also why I love the replay function, because you can break it down to quarter speed. It's gonna take a second, but it's worth it. So wait for it. Lamp. Think of the lamp like a shield. So when this bomb goes off, the first thing it's going to hit is the lamp. Then body, then body. So, and if you look at it, Hanzo actually jumped out of the lamp. And when it blows up, chronologically, it killed the lamp first, and then the Hanzo, and then the Kiriko. I'm not sure how it didn't get the Baptiste, though. That's a bit of a surprise to me, actually. But back to normal game speed. So, long story short, using that time lapse and that positioning, It's a really great way to just kind of like train yourself up and like how in the world did that happen, or another one I do quite frequently is if you think someone on the other team is cheating, go back and check the replay. You can, so in this case, I'm going to come on here, click on the person, and you can click on the person's point of view and see exactly what they're doing to figure out, okay, were they cheating or are they just really good? Or were they getting really lucky? Or were they on a hot streak? Or was I really bad? That's an option as well. Okay, so let's see who else down here. Okay, I'm a little worried about that Kiriko positioning. Hanzo's decently safe in Sombra, but really, the big thing we gotta wait for is the tank. So okay, good EMP. Do you have the follow-up on it? Can we get the Bastion? Oh, we lost the DPS. Oh, no. Okay. We used an ult to basically lose the team fight. Because, let me see, we're about to, yep, there goes 3. Sombra just barely got away. Good pick off on the Bastion. But it's still a 2v1, even though, yep. So I want to back up and just check that whole sequence of things. Actually, we're going to back up another 20 seconds. All right, so I'm just getting ready to EMP. Okay. So as far as EMP targets, 4 for 4, good hit. And we've generally got some follow-up here, but not really. We're not in a good spot. The biggest thing, though, our tank isn't in the fight. Even though we have a 4v5 advantage, this is not a good engagement as a team. We basically took a 4v4, and they were in a better position to help each other than we were, because, okay, they only had half a tank, but now I'm going to slow this down again, and let's just see what happens. So ideally, right off that, we got to kill the Kiriko. Are we killing the Kiriko? Nope. Kiriko's getting healed up. Our Sombra's getting killed off. Tank has their mech back. Moira's... Okay, Bastion's about to go. Let's see. So BAP is healing decently well, but BAP can also damage. There's a weave tech, kind of like what I explained with Kiriko last game. So yeah, there we go. We just lost 2 with that. Zarya's joined the fight, but still, even now, it's basically a 3v3, or really, it's a 2v2 and a 1v1. Just kidding. Tank won the 1v1. So now we're playing Dance on the Payload. Moira's going to come clean that up. And now the tank is... Oh, okay, not actually, but now the tank is surrounded on 2 or 3 sides. So even though he's going to get the pick on Bastion here, yeah, between having a tank and a support, D.Va doesn't stand a chance. By the way, good job using the bot for cover. It's honestly one of my favorite parts about the push mode. There's a lot that I think needs just some tooling and adjustments still, but having that natural cover in the game and having it be highly mobile, I think is quite useful. So decent tracking from Zarya, but again, there's only so much they can do without a support. At that point, once you know that your support is either dead or gone, run away. Because, okay, good TP throw. So, sorry that took so long to draw it out, but mechanically, when we make those engagements, call a target and pick it. There's when you look at dive meta from like Overwatch Classic, like I don't just mean Overwatch 1, I mean like release Overwatch. There's a couple things to it, but basically you would time your movement cooldowns together, so the whole team just dives from here to there, and once you get there, you're picking a target. Okay, we're deleting Zen, we're deleting Lucio, or we're deleting Mercy, because those are the only 3 actual viable supports back in the day. but you would pick someone and then just go delete them, and that was it. And so, um, with what this seems, we're not going to go into the higher mechanics of dive. However, the concept of call a target and finish a target are really critical. Because their entire team basically lost half their health because of the EMP, and they were they were all winnable fights, but we never engaged in those fights together. Also, there's a bit of BAP tech that I'll show you at the end of this clip as well. But back to normal tempo or speed. It's my band teacher coming out of me. All right, and that's a good alt counter alt. Okay, so it's 2 ults and 2 ults, but for no change, and they're about to take the lead if we're not careful. Okay, that's a third ult. We need to be careful with how many ults we use, but we did get the bot. Can we keep the didn't keep the Bastion up? So again, some of that kunai weaving that I mentioned earlier would be really helpful here. And then yeah, Baptiste is the perfect push bot. Yep, heal on the go, run and gun. All right, they used another ult as well, so that's basically 3 ults from each team, but we have a entire player advantage, so they'll have their own Kitsune. But what do we have? Ooh, lost the Baptiste. That's unlucky. Actually, no, it's not unlucky. Let's see how that happened. Oh, team. Oh, okay. So, easy rule with Moira orbs. If you have a hero that can absorb those, do it. So like Sigma, Diva, always make sure to get that Moira orb picked up. Fun fact: you can actually absorb enemy healing orbs as Diva. I think you can as Sigma. I gotta double check that. But just get rid of them. If you are by yourself, run away from the orb. If you are with your team, stand in the orb. The orb does, I think here it's 50 or 100 damage. I won't say it's 100 if you take the entire hit. However, if you divide that up over 5 people, that 100 damage is now only 20 damage per person, much easier to heal up. That's basically one cooldown from Baptiste. So a little unfortunate positioning there. And it also comes down to the supports got to support each other. I had a really good game in comp the other day where basically they were diving me on Zen, and then when they couldn't get me, they went after our Ana. But we just kept peeling for each other, both in terms of damage and cooldowns and focus fire. And they didn't kill either one of us. Meanwhile, the team kills them off. And it was weird because we were like tanking from the support line because that's all the damage was coming at us. So make sure you're supporting each other up, not just the people up at the front. The other thing to think of is if you lose your support partner, your chances of winning a fight go down dramatically. If you lose a damage dealer, sorry, damage dealers, it's still winnable. Or in fact, they look at our team or opponent, they're down a player, they took someone out of the DPS slot. Because having both supports, especially with how supports are tuned right now, really critical. I would dare even say, based on how tanks are undertuned right now, you could get away with 2 DPS and 2 supports better than you could a tank, 2 DPS and 1 support. So I'm in this weird conundrum just as far as how this match is going right now, because if I were coaching a team in this situation, I wouldn't recommend running Bastion. He puts out a lot of damage, but he doesn't have a lot of mobility. He's very easy to pick off, especially if our Genji gets in and gets out safely. Ooh. Okay, good little stall, but can't die. Nice pick off on the support. Ooh, both supports. That should be the team fight right there. Yep, good flip. Good job harassing the Bastion. And the weird thing about that Genji Bastion engagement right there is, even though Genji only got one elimination and didn't even get the final blow on the enemy Bastion, keeping Bastion out of the fight enabled the 4v3 to go much better. I've had several matches like that on Widow where I'm playing someone who's better at Widowmaker than I am, but because I just keep them occupied. Oh, beautiful Suzu. Oh, but we use Suzu and Lamp. That's a little unfortunate. There we go. That is how you heal up for each other. Good job. As you get used to working, nice Bastion ult. As you get used to playing with your support partner, that's when you get better at rotating support cooldowns, support ultimates, because they're really high impact. And in this case, it didn't really matter using Suzu and Lamp because both the cooldowns are back up. But there are some critical times when you've got to use Lamp to take care of an ultimate, and then Suzu to take care of another ultimate, and then you get it, or you're going to hold the Suzu and you're just going to TP out of it, and just rotate things like that to make sure you've got the tools you need when you need them. All right. Now going back to the match, admittedly that was a fat finger. That was not an intentional Genji ult, but that was some questionable positioning way up at the spawn door. Oh. And we low-key C9'd it. Yeah, 2 of our team pushed way up, and the rest of the team just went into the back line. Good job, opposing team. This is also proof of the program they have. Our opponent in this match was a top 10 team 2 years ago. I'm sure they've had some talent graduate, but as a program, they're overall very solid opponents. It just seems like they're having a really off season this year. But they're still overall tactically sound, even if I wouldn't run the Bastion. But my guess is there's a reason why they're running it, not just they're down a player. Because he can be, well, sorry, not just can be, he has been very meta in many settings. I'm just happy it's not the old pirate ship meta when even Overwatch leaguers would do it on Junkertown. I mean, yes, it's counterable, but back in the day when he could just perma turret, so just mind-numbingly annoying. Oh, I think we hit the same thing again, where it takes out the Lamp first. Alrighty, so we got, and this Bastion ult placement is decent. Personally, I would have come back this way and in, but we'll see. Oh, actually, quarter speed. So yeah, our Bastion is right in dead man's land. Lamp it. Now keep in mind, look at it chronologically. The ult, because keep in mind, the ult is a missile coming from the sky. That's why Reinhardt can shield it up. I wonder if Sigma can shield it up. I know Winston's bubble can. I wouldn't be surprised if like Sigma Sucker or Defense Matrix could somehow absorb it. That'd be kind of cool. A little overpowered on the tank part, but kind of cool. But if you look at it, it comes down and blows up the Lamp first, because the Lamp floats above your heads. And then the last round comes in and takes everybody out. So with Baptiste Lamp, you just got to make sure to, you got to know where it's at and how finite of a resource it is. And once again, they've caught our tank in an unfortunate 4v1, and he's Rama running for his life. Oh, cheeky tracer play. I give this a definite maybe, but good stick. But and admittedly, it's slowing them down. Okay, way to get out, way to get out. So it's like, I don't see a tracer winning this 3v1 unless that pulse was on one of the supports. Okay, there you go. Make the supports turn around. Can we finish off the more? There we go. There you go. Much better. That time we got on the correct sides of the lamp. Got to peel for that Baptiste though. Can we keep him alive? Good job on that Diva, because the Diva knew I'm gonna die, but trying to take a support with him. That's good. Let's see how we're doing on our respawns. Oh, ult from spawn, maybe? Or is this a swap coming? Okay. Didn't get it. Alright, so we forced him over on a big, kind of a C9, honestly. And they're, okay, if they just keep feeding that Ramatra ult. So fun fact, when Diva demechs, I don't think she actually counts as a target until she reappears. Okay, there we go. That and also that ultimate was super long, so we may have hit that 20-second timeout. So Baptiste tech, between the lamp as well as his firing tech. So for primary, actually I want to come over here and use these bots again. So his primary fire. His primary fire actually hits like a truck. So I'm going to pick on this tank bot here. Once it... Dang it. I want to shoot its shield. Just to show how much... Wait a minute. That'll work. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, basically in an entire clip of things, it can break a shield and take out the bot behind it. Okay. And if you get better at headshots, like, you're gonna take him down even faster. Can't headshot behind a shield, obviously. But so yeah. But Baptiste puts out a lot of punch. He also puts out a lot of heals. Okay. And he can also, if you do a quick little right-left button combo, if you look at it, I'm shooting the healing nade. And honestly, since I'm doing this on a YouTube video, I would go back and watch this again in like half or quarter speed, and you can see the grenade launch and the shot, and they all go in one animation clip. It's not the best to heal or DPS like this, but if you find yourself in a spot where you just need as much throughput as possible, it's a really great way to help get some pressure on a target while also healing up your allies. So there's that one. And then the lamp. Okay, so actually I'm gonna let them get chunked down again. Okay, so they're gonna get chunked down. If I just put this here, oh darn, never mind. I don't have the bomb blast to work with it. But basically you want to make sure to place your lamp in a spot where the enemy can't shoot it. So in a setting like this, putting it, wait a minute. Oh, dude, that's a fun new setup. But if I'm over here, white for it, I might set it up like here around this. Okay, not quite perfect. But if you're facing an enemy, oh, actually, shoot, that was bad lamp placement. But basically, you want to set it somewhere where only your teammates can stand in it without your opponent shooting it. Either like mid-fight or also just when you're trying to deal with an ultimate, like the Diva bombs we had. So that's it on this one. And then